going on about poor Leah. Honestly, absolutely disgusting. It is. But there again, I'm saying no more because it just goes to the upbringing, doesn't it? Like, Stephanie.
And
Look what
Pearl,
he's
he must have known something was going on, because if the people come in my room like they did flooding Yellow Hearts, I'd ask them
what it was
what they
about.
were.
He did, but
Yeah,
nobody
and I did
commented
ask
back.
him what it was about. Then that's when I was told about Leah.
He said
So-
that
Elf
nobody
interested
commented
because
back
it was an
across
Evil
the
Queen's
box.
life.
He said what, sorry?
I said Elphaba knew what they were for because they were in Evil Queen's life.
Exactly.
She said, she asked what I'm all about, and nobody commented back in a chat.
Yeah, the same. She's blocked Leah's name. Shame on her.
Morning, everyone.
Hey, everybody, I've got to jump back because someone's at my door, but have a wonderful day, and I love you all, except for that person. Yeah,
Thank you for coming on.
you're welcome. God bless everybody.
You too. God bless you,
Bye. Bye-bye.
We on about what you call him, Elphaba.
The Green Witch.
Say, like yesterday, making out that he didn't know about poor Leah, and then flooding the chat and saying that the yellow hearts and the sunflowers, put yellow hearts and sunflowers if you're trans. He's not even trans. He's just a man who likes dressing up in a woman's frock. And I'm sorry, you'll have to run with this and take us to the cleaners over it, because that's what he is. He hasn't started no treatment, but he's running up and down shouting, trans rights matter, trans rights matter. Of course trans rights matter, and he's fucking showing them up.
Yeah.
He did the exact same with that Brianna Jive that died, that was transgender as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, also, when you think about
the
it,
transgender should be absolutely ashamed of him, because all he's doing is trying to be this big thing, and he's not. He's making an absolute laughing stock, because if he was transgender, different thing, but he's not. He haven't started no treatment or anything, and he could have been getting it done for all the money that he gets in off TikTok. He could have been having it done if he genuinely wanted to. And another thing, right? In my opinion, if ever I've seen, you know, like somebody who's transgender, they don't have the goods on display. They try and hide it the best possible way because they're not comfortable with the way they were born. This is my understanding of it. He's always got his on show, like waiting for compliments or something. Do you know what? You get where I'm coming from? So he's basically taking the piss out of gender people.
well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because EQ tried to help with that and say, like, what things to do to stop that happening and stuff. But it still doesn't seem to have listened, because it hasn't stopped or anything. But
he thinks he's self-right, and everything that he says is right.
Exactly, and it's not.
And he's just a bad lad. He's just a bad lad, a little spoiled bad lad. And like I said, he's got no guides in thing, because Sniffany, like where she showed him any morals or rules, none.
No. And like the other thing as well, if the Green Witch was that much liked and everything on the app, right? The following that they've got, the amount of people that goes into that person's life, they will be number one all the time. They are not genuine followers. They are car crash TV.
Exactly.
And that person can't get that into their head. They genuinely think because they've got large amount of numbers in their life that they are.
So man, he's a laughing stock, that's why, and he can't see that he's getting the piss absolutely took out of him, end of. And he thinks he's absolutely marvellous. He loves a cat. Exactly, he thinks he's absolutely marvellous. Well, listen, he's not funny, because all he's doing, never mind people saying that I was all of that when I mentioned about the toilet situation, because I'm not transgender. He's taken the piss out of all of the transgender people. That's what he's doing. He's an absolute embarrassment.
Well, I think what people are failing to realize here, that body dysmorphia is a mental illness.
Say that again.
Body dysmorphia is classed as a mental illness.
But what
And
does that mean?
body dysmorphia is somebody that's not happy in their body. So those are the people that would have potentially have a sex change. He's never ever been so-called diagnosed. He's never been for therapy. He's never been to doctors. He's just a confused young lad.
Yes.
If anything, he's gay. And if you have body dysmorphia,
And a cross-dresser.
you don't like that part of your body. He's
He's always got he's out to hang out, to air out and show the world. He's not
openly
honest about
said many times on his live over the years that he likes sex. He goes out looking for it, but he goes out looking for it with other men. So that would involve his organ.
Yeah.
So to me, he's a gay young lad. But also, if you look at it from he can't be transgender. I think he's just confused. He's confused, and he's always said that he wants to be accepted. So when he sang that song, or sings that song, whatever it is, he got into a community with transgender people, and I think he felt accepted in that community. So the confusion is, if he had gone to a gay club or a straight club or whatever and been accepted by the people, he would have got in with those people. But he's got in with transgender people, and now that's confused him even more because he's just looking for acceptance from others. And he doesn't know how to handle that.
I still don't believe that he ever wants to be, because he hasn't started on no treatment, no nothing. And then his best mate, EQ, she will give him all of the things and what to do and how to go about it. So in my opinion, he doesn't want to be.
This is what I can't understand about EQ, because, for a person to be born and you have this body dysmorphia like she did, it's a hell of a thing.
Sorry, 1 minute. What does that mean? I need to respect her pronouns. What does that mean?
No. We're not doing kids' pronouns. This is this new thing that people have come up. I identify as not doing pronouns. It's the biggest load of rubbish.
Can we just clarify? It's not body dysmorphia, it's gender dysmorphia.
Things good, Tom. Piss off, all of you.
It's the same thing. Body dysmorphia.
No, gender and body dysmorphia are just different things.
It's not. Nobody is. Listen.
Medically, it's not a different thing. It's exactly the same. And as you say about EQ,
he sits away and he doesn't. He has them on show for everybody to see, so he's not that embarrassed, is he? He hasn't started on no treatment. No treatment. No treatment. On hormones, and he can't be ashamed of his tackle because he's always got it on show.
The thing about EQ is I can't understand. She must have gone through a hell of a thing in life mentally to make that decision to have an actual sex change. It's not something that's taken lightly. And for her now to support him, I don't understand it, and for her to want to use the pronoun that Orion is a she, I don't get that, especially from her. I don't understand it. In the beginning, she was saying that he is a male. Now suddenly she's using the pronoun that he's a female.
He's a man. End of.
I know his mother calls him a boy. His own mother calls him a boy. I don't understand it. I think the mother knows that he is confused.
Pearl, as I was growing up, we called them people who dressed in women's clothes when I was growing up are called cross-dressers.
Cross-dressers, yes.
Yeah, well, I'm much older than everybody here. We'd just call them gay. They're gay.
Well, he's definitely gay, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's definitely a cross-dresser, and there's nothing wrong with that, but he's definitely not a woman.
No, there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with being anything in life. But he's just putting out there that he's something that he's not.
No, and he doesn't want to be either, in my opinion, because he would have done something about it a long time ago.
I think he's got more mental issues than people realise.
First time EQ had a chance to do something about it, she started her journey, right?
Yeah.
So all the shit Elphaba is getting, why hasn't he started his journey? Because he's got no fucking intentions to, that's why.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He's always said he doesn't want the chop. He's always said that. He's been very open about that and said he doesn't want the chop. I think what he needs is intensive therapy so that they can guide him and, give him advice and put him on the right path. He's definitely not all there. There is something, he does have a mental...
Can I just answer to this? Can I just answer this? Nah, that's wrong. You can't call cross-dressers gay. I didn't call a cross-dresser gay. What I said was he's 1,000,000% gay, which there's nothing wrong with, and he's 1,000,000% a cross-dresser. That's what I said. I didn't say because he cross-dresses, it's gay. I didn't say that. So don't put words into my mouth, please. I can do that my own self and get myself into lots of trouble. That is what I said. And who's just caught me? He has narcissistic.
Gemini, cross-dressers, I'm from South Africa. Cross-dressers we just use the term gay.
Well, they are two different things. Cross-dressing and gay is two different things.
Again. Hey, my
Well, it might be here in the UK, but like I say, in South Africa, we just say they're gay.
Can I just say my
It's
opinion
not
on
an offensive
what I
thing.
think?
They don't find it offensive in South Africa.
So my son's trans, so, I kind of have seen, the journey that he's taken to, and it's not easy. Honestly, it really isn't easy. But with Alpha, everything I'm going to say might sound like I'm sticking up for it, and I'm not. I'm just looking at it from an outside point of view. I personally think she's had a very shit mum her whole life, who she's never really been able to open up to. Where when my son came out, he told us, and he had the sort of parents that he could open up to.
Snippany's not a good mum. How can she be a good mum doing what she does in front of her son?
Well, that's what I mean. So I think when he was in his teenage years, and I do think she was confused, and I think that she's liked women's clothes, and I think that she's liked makeup, and she's tried to look up on it by herself, and she's assumed, oh, I'm trans because that's what I'm reading up.
Honestly, can I stop you there? Because she's got the best teacher in the world, EQ.
Yeah, she has now.
He still doesn't want to do it.
I know, but that's what I mean.
Comfortable in a man's body.
That's what's worrying me for now, because now I think that he has been confused. So I don't think, sorry, I keep saying he, I do mean to say she. I think she's been confused, that she's come online. She's told a lot of lies since she's been online. I don't think the trans thing was a lie. I think she just doesn't know.
He does know. Listen.
Yeah, listen, I haven't finished. Let me finish, because then you'll get it.
I think because
I think he does now.
He's always known, and there's no excuse for him. Listen,
I don't think he has. But what worries me for now is that she's too scared to come out and say, I'm not trans. I thought I was, but I'm not. But because of all the lies she's told, she can't do that.
That's
and
true.
I'm worried now that she's going to take these hormones through EQ, and I don't think she wants to.
No.
And it really worries me that she's going to do this journey that she doesn't
I'm not being
want.
honourable. Why are you keep calling him she?
Sorry, just because that's what she's asked. I know.
Sorry. Listen, I'm saying it like it is. I'm being really, yeah. And if I get hate for this, I get hate. And it's nothing against the trans community. But he's making a show out of the trans community. He's definitely not a she, he is a he, in my opinion.
Son is trans, and he agrees with you, honestly. And he calls him a he. Just me, because she's asked to be she, I say she. That's the only reason.
That's just enabling him.
Yeah,
by calling him.
I know.
quickly, I have to go. I've just picked my son up from his interview. Pearl, I support you 100%. And if you're on later, I'll jump back in. But I've got to go because I can't be on the phone as I've just picked him up.
All
But
right, thank you for coming in.
no, my pleasure. And everyone keep flooding all the chats with yellow hearts and sunflowers.
And yellow flowers, please, for Leah.
Yeah, everyone flood the chats for Leah, please. Let's take it away from Elf and make it about this poor lass that's lost her life. But I hope you all have a fantastic day and I'll catch up with you soon.
You too. Thank you for coming in, my Beth.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
There's one in the chat that's saying about Mama Cars at the moment. This isn't about Mama Cars whatsoever. We are currently talking about Elphaba for what she has done.
Nobody's mentioning Mama
what she's
Cars.
saying.
Yeah.
In the comments. So please stop bringing her up because we are not.
Listen, nobody's mentioned Mama Cars. We haven't, we not. So don't even go there. If you want to go onto another page, go. I'm on about Elphaba. Pretending he's trans when he's not. He's just a confused little boy with sniffany. I mean, you're going to be confused with sniffany, aren't you? But in my opinion, he's never has been and never will be a trans person, and he's basically taken the piss out of the trans people. He's just a cross-dresser, and he's also he's gay, obviously, and which there's nothing wrong with any of them, but 1,000,000% he's not a trans person because he's always got everything on show. And if you was ashamed of your body,
you hide it.
Body, what you were in, you wouldn't put your goods on show. I'm sorry, end of.
I do agree, but I'm really worried that he's now, I'll say he for yous, but I do normally say she. I just worry that he's going to take these hormones because he thinks everyone's watching him, and I really don't think he wants to. And that's a really dangerous thing, that he's going to take a journey that...
Can't just take them surely without counselling. And listen, look how long he's been saying all of this since he thinks he's somebody famous when he's not. He would have been taking them a long time ago if he really wanted to, so he ain't never going to take them no matter what. And listen, he's looking for sympathy, he's looking for his gifts, and he's looking for popularity, whatever you call it.
No. Can I just say something before I got the doctors?
Yeah.
I was the one on Miss Fred's live that come up and said that Elphaba did get my respect because she apologised to me. Can I just, like, I got loads of messages afterwards saying that, yeah, like, she'd stab you in the back. But after it, like, yesterday and everything else, she just went straight back to a normal, like, in true colours, and she's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting, sorry.
Well, he is disgusting, especially over poor Leah at the minute, where he tried to turn everything around in his life and say...
That's what I've just had a go about it.
Trans people, which that's nice. If it was for like on another time, not at this time, the yellow hearts and the sunflowers that's going on and everybody's chat is for Leah, and rightly so. So shame on you, Elphaba, if you're watching. You're a bad lad and you're a spoilt little boy, and you want to give your head a shake and get your priorities right. And have a bit
spoilt though. Have you seen the way its mother treats it? Like, it's not even spoiled. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's just crying out for attention constantly.
It's not spoiled.
Do you know, don't call her an it though. I mean, you can say he or she, but
yeah, I'm not, because like sometimes it comes out with he and then sometimes it comes out with she. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not being nasty by, like, do you know what I mean? I'm not being nasty by it. I'm just, because sometimes it does come out with she and sometimes it comes out with he. So I'm just
Well,
that's it. I don't be nasty by it, but he's a he. If people's trying, it's like Evil Queen. She's a woman.
Yeah,
right?
she's a woman.
She's had everything done. She's a woman. She's gone through the journey, come out at the other side. And in my opinion, I think she made herself a beautiful woman. End of. But listen, there's nothing beautiful about him. He's very self-centered and he is spoilt. He's spoilt off his viewers, and he thinks he's got an entitlement to be whatever he wants to be. Well, he ain't got no entitlement. And like I'll keep saying it, he's just a silly little boy that wants to wake up and go out and get a job of work and learn to be a real man.
Do you not think he's trying to be the new evil queen? and that's why she's got the attitude that she's now got. Because
A million percent is trying to be like Evil Queen.
yeah, I think that.
But listen,
But even Evil Queen knows that, like, the Evil Queen show wasn't thing. That's why she tried to take the evil out of her name, like,
Yeah.
on TikTok. So
That's what I mean. For Evil Queen, it was an act, but I think for Elphaba, I think she's trying to just be Evil Queen, not as an act, just that's the way her personality is going. And I don't think that's a very good look for her or him, whichever.
morning. Yeah. Mods, when there's some boxes spare, you can go on, put them in the boxes, just while I put this order on.
Right. I'm going to jump
Mods,
down
you can
because I've
drop
had my
me down
say.
if you like.
Thank you
Could
for
I-
putting me up.
Can I just request, with pure kindness, everyone just gives me a few seconds to say something because my voice isn't very good.
I'll just turn this wireless down. Go on.
Okay, Paul, you need to hear this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I spoke to you for the first time yesterday, yes, and I work as a professional musician, a real one. I have to keep stating that on this app. And if you want to buy my albums, they're in the shops. But 18 years ago, or 21 years ago, I started my transition, and I have had since 2006 19 operations. I'm fully transitioned 18 years ago, and I can tell you with expertise that person, Orion, in my complete estimation, is what I would call a UK male gay crossdresser, and that is it. Point blank, end of
Well
fact.
said, Jenna. Well
Nothing
said.
else. And I'm quite a very laid back person. I'm not one of these shouting people on this app. But it's quite frustrating watching sort of someone who's obviously got mental damage, which is the reality we're seeing. And when you start at the beginning, right at the beginning of your journey, it starts with your visit to your GP to say, look, I don't feel happy. I've never felt happy since I was 12. And can you help me? And then you go forward in front of a discipline of about 5 expertise who listen to you. And then if they are convinced, you then get put forward into the actual, what was called then the GNC, Gender Clinic, which sadly, because of the medical, the government has stopped that at the moment. I believe it has to be done a different way. But then you spend 2 years living your full role as a lady outside, going around the shops, completely dressing as a lady, looking as fitting in as normal as possible, taking your hormones every single day, 6 milligrams a day. And then you have a thing called Zolitex, which is a thing, it's a very painful injections, where you have 4 of them over 1 year. And it basically melts your testosterone. And then about a year later, you're on the waiting list. And then you have your operation. I had my teeth done first, hair transplant, full vaginoplasty, then a boob job, then I had my voice done, which was successful at the beginning, but because I was a TV presenter for many years, and being the first and only model on Playboy TV in Babe Station, we spoke for about 8 hours a day, and I think that's when my voice got ruined. But anyway, you live your life properly and you have your full operation. And for me, once you've had it done, you just get on with your life and you blend. Hopefully, you just blend in. But this very new era of teenagers wanting to be called a bird one day and then whatever the next pronouns. I will not ever accept pronouns. I don't care if that's blasphemy. Don't come and say to me that you're I don't know, you identify as a Labrador one day. I'm not interested.
Well said, Jenna. That's
So
exactly how I see it.
just be the complete person that you are and have some grace and some class and just blend in and be quiet about it. Just enjoy your life. But I have to say that the person that keeps singing that bloody annoying song is a guy who needs more, I would say, intense counselling. But there's probably the waiting list is probably extremely long, and I think eventually they'll decide that they're happiest being a gay gentleman and finding a nice boyfriend and having someone to help them with hygiene, and that's about the size of it. There's not what, and I do not think if they were put in front of a panel for transition they would even pass. I don't think, and that's my version. I've always kept quiet and just got on with life and just preferred to be known as a serious musician, is why I'm signed, and I'm going on tour this year, and that's it. But I don't shout it all over the internet. Oh, I'm a, even that word's ridiculous. Doesn't it sound silly? Bin, 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 bin. I'm just Jenna Lee Rain. I have been for 20 years now, and time goes very fast. And yes, and I suppose there's people Googling now, but I've also was born a natural medium, so I don't, that's what I've done. I've been a musician and a medium. But anyway, lots of love again to everyone. I just had to come in because there's ongoing battles with all these crazy characters. It's just exhausting, and I keep thinking of deleting the app, but my publishers say, oh no, please stay, you're doing really well, your music's getting heard around the world, and that's it. Anyway, that's it. That's all I want to say. And
well, you've put it into perspective, Jenna.
So yes, I've had 19 very painful operations, and so it seems a long time ago now. There we are.
That's what I was saying. I mean, people are just using pronouns left, right, and centre, and not understanding the core of what it's all about.
No.
It's a hell of a thing to go through. So, just wanting to identify as something or someone.
It's the bloody council's just knocked us over. There you go. Thanks
very much.
Very much. Enjoy. Have a lovely day. Sorry.
And the whole thing is, if you got some style about you, don't need to shout about everything. You just sort of get on.
It's such a personal, private thing. I don't know why people are flashing it all over this app, for instance.
I think it's because the teenagers today have what do you call it? Hijacked the word trans.
Yeah,
they're not transgender.
Jenny, do you know when we was on about the hygiene? I don't understand why Elphaba's mother hasn't spoke to her about basic hygiene.
I think it's to do with her own mental health.
Well, the problem is, I think the mother's the same way.
Like the best role model, is she?
No, that's what. Yeah, because the mother's the same way. Because, but she doesn't look like she's had a washing a month either.
I don't think she's got the skin ailment that she says she's got, or he's got. Because you notice when he was with Evil Queen, he was showering and his skin cleared up. I think it's more to do with just being unhygienic. And he
very, very good person to have in his corner, because she will show him the way to go on if he wants to go that way. But personally, myself, I don't think he wants to go that way.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just wondering if anyone has considered, I know everyone and EQ says that she's trying to help E out. I call them E, trying to help E out along this process. But I think there's an issue that EQ's been very upfront the whole way through that she doesn't do anything without intention or reason or thinking it through. So when they befriended E, it was weeks of saying, no, I'm their friend, I'm their mentor, I'm going to show what needs to be done. They're going to listen to me because, I'd be the expert in it because I've been through it. But then has also admitted that, that EQ's admitted that she's also gets, a transfer of viewership because they're joining with Eve, that she gains from that because it's a natural tendency for people to then watch her platform, which was all happening while she was establishing her spicy page. And said it's for, it's good for my platform. It gives me all the contents, all the views will be all over FYP.
Exactly. Well, that's what I said. Have nobody's better in his corner than EQ.
Yeah, but there's the other side to that too, Pearl, in the fact that Elphaba has admitted that they do have issues. They haven't had friends their whole life, and is very upfront in continuously saying that they are just desperate for attention, they are desperate for friendship, that they will do anything for it, that they attach too quickly to people, that they are very easily led by people, that they will do whatever is recommended in order to feel like part of someone is showing interest in them. And I think there's a dangerous aspect to EQ in the information that's given out, or I say the misinformation, because it's been over a year of Elphaba saying, I'm going to get hormones, and then in February said, EQ told me, I need to pay the $30 and get it. The $30 isn't actually for the hormones. Gender GP is a online business from Singapore that doesn't have the backing of UK Health Department. GPs have been told not to work with them because there's no psychological or physiological support as it stands by itself. So when Elphaba says, but I don't really have to go and see another doctor, I can just get the hormones from Gender GP and I can go to the chemist online and get them and I can take them. That's not good advice to give someone who is obviously so mentally confused about what they identify as. Elphaba doesn't have a sense of self. Elphaba will, which everyone has seen, adapt and morph to behave like whoever it is that she hangs out with. So when she was with CLA, she copied CLA, she copied her mannerisms. Even when she moved to the new place and met Harvey, she started copying Harvey and using his mannerisms, and Harvey went, I'm out of here, that's a bit too close, because she was saying, but he's my best friend, he's my best friend, he's my best friend, and Harvey's like, we only just met. Then he's done exactly the same thing to EQ, and EQ keeps saying, I should know, I'm the expert, I've been through it. But then when has been questioned on her own lives, has said, and there's been parents of trans kids saying, you don't have all the information, you're not giving, all the information, and EQ's like, Google it. And the same thing was put to EQ, Google it and find out, because her transition was like 16, 18 years ago. So what she went through and what Elphaba or anyone at this day would go through is not comparable. Like the health system has...
Do you also know that within
Can I
the
do me a favour? Sorry, I know we're right bang in the middle of this, right? But Miss Red's on, so can you all go across to there? And when Miss Red's finished, I promise you, come back to here. And I didn't realise it was 10:05. Come back to here and we'll carry this discussion on. But I thank all of you for coming in the box. But all of you jump across there, and as soon as she's finished, jump straight back over to me, right, kids? Thank you. Sorry about this, but I can't be doing this while my baby's on.